At 4 months, he came with us to Lisbon. At 5 months, to Amsterdam. He couldn't have been a lovelier or easier companion. When Josh was 9 months old, I found out that I was pregnant again. Surely 2 little travel buddies would be even better than 1. I was first and foremost a stay-at-home mum. Preschool childcare consisted of 3 afternoons at nursery for the boys while I wrote, taking writing assignments and editing projects on a wide variety of subjects, from alternative medicine to horticulture to property. But travel writing was the work I loved the most. When Josh was 3 and Ben 2, I decided it was time to venture further afield, but an unexpected complication arose when Josh was diagnosed with a life-threatening nut allergy. My instinct was to keep him in a nice, safe bubble, never straying out of our comfort zone. However, I didn't want Josh growing up with an allergy that held him back, too frightened to explore the world and its glorious food. So, armed with an EpiPen, we travelled, and every country we visited, I had the same terrifying but crystal-clear sentence translated into the local language. My son has a life-threatening allergy to nuts and nut oil. By the time our 3rd son, Freddie, was born, when Josh was 5 and Ben 3, we were confident travelling with kids and felt sure that we'd continue to explore the world as a family of 5. Tuk-tuks, by the way, make great baby-changing stations. Shape of a Boy tells of the many, quite by chance, life lessons that our sons have learned while travelling. What we experienced as a family often took us by surprise. Most experiences were magical and exceptional, and on very rare occasions, disconcerting. All were life-defining. I felt sure that these experiences would shape them into the adults they'd become, whether they remembered them or not. After all, memory is a tricky one to define, often triggered by a smell or taste, a photograph or story shared within a family. Remember the time when Our conversations so often begin like this. Chapter 1. Israel and Jordan. A lesson in parenthood. With Ernie, Josh, in utero, age 15 weeks. Travel journal entry. 1st of March, 2000. Jerusalem, Israel. Oh, little town of Bethlehem, how noisy, stroke crowded, stroke commercial, we see thee lie. I was glad to escape the scrum of tourists in Manger Square and head to the Chapel of the Milk Grotto, which, as excursions go, will probably rank as one of my weirdest. Said to be the spot where Mary hid in an underground cave to breastfeed Jesus as she and Joseph fled from King Herod, there was a small queue of devotees waiting to pray to Our Lady of the Milk. Feeling more than a little ridiculous, I joined them. So, the story goes that drops of Mary's milk fell to the ground, turning the brown stones a creamy white. It's a stretch for the imagination, even though there's evidence displayed, a piece of the original brown rock that Mary's squirting breasts failed to hit. What's also unusual about the place is that it is visited by both Catholic and Muslim women who are struggling to conceive or breastfeed. On the wall, there's a notice that states that 3,000 babies have been born to mothers who have prayed here. What it doesn't tell you is how many women have visited and remained childless. I'm guessing it's a lot more. Once in, I felt my cynicism ebb away, immediately charmed by the cosy atmosphere. Would it be blasphemous to suggest that it would make a cracking bar? With the uneven white walls and roof flickering with candlelight, softly illuminating the paintings of Mary and Jesus that decorate the walls. The altar was simple, adorned with a beautiful icon of Mary nursing Jesus. And there, I found a young Arab woman kneeling in prayer. I hung back so as not to disturb her, wondering what her story was.